Hey, how you doing today? Good to see each and every one of you. Good to see you today, tonight, this afternoon, this evening. Yep. All right. Well, guess what? It's Beatle Brad time, and I've got some more uh, vinyl to show you and CDs from my imports, bootlegs, that I'm about ready to show you. But before I start off, I want to give a shout out to Mike Mason. Hey, Mike, how you doing, guy? Good to see you. He's got a great channel, shows us some great stuff, got some good things, and a lot of good vinyl as well. So keep going and keep working there. That's a good job, Mike. And also Weekly Talks. He's got a lot of good stuff. Always promoting something fun, always showing a lot of good things. I want to promote his channel. He's got a lot of great stuff. Really good. And Alan C. Records. He was the guy that I spent time with at the record show for Fest for Beatle fans. And he's a great guy. He's got a fantastic collection. He keeps adding to it more and more. And give him a look. He's got some great stuff as well. Let me back up here a little bit. I feel like I'm distant. Well, yeah. Just back. Yeah, okay, that's good, I guess. Still talking. Okay, also want to give a shout out to a person who's been in the community for a long time, actually longer than I have. And his channel is Beatle Vinyl 185. And we all know Marv. He's a great guy. He's another guy that has spent time at the Fest for Beatle fans, and he is always added to his collection. Marv, you really are finding the stuff. You're really going through it and really collecting. So I want to say hi to all you guys. Keep up the good work, each and every one of you. All right, on to our program. In my last video, I showed this, but it was the album. So I apologize. I did not get the CD out in time, but there's the CD of it. So as John Lennon says, I showed you. Next CD, this is really good. If you can, this one's still out there, still available. I recommend this. Sorry about the glare. It's got a little bit of glare there. This is really good. This is gets a little repetitive. Hopefully you can see all of that. But it's a 2 CD set. And like I said, it's very repetitive, but it is good. It's got a lot of unique, rare songs, a lot of cool stuff. Here's that one. Make sure I'm in the frame there. But that's good. Like I said, it repeats a lot, but it's really well done. It's very nice. So I'll let you see that as well. That is really cool. Now, onward to some vinyl. This is Beatle Brad's, one of my favorite all-time, albums. Beatles Not For Sale. I remember buying this at a record show when this album came out. And this album was up on the rack, and they had it all that kind of stuff up on the rack, and it said Beatles Not For Sale. And so I was kind of bummed out because when they had this, it said Beatles Not For Sale. And I thought, oh man, I'd really like to get that album. He says, oh, no, it's just the title of it. But I was thinking it was Beatles Not For Sale, meaning not for sale. Okay. Back pictures. Look at these. Aren't those great? Here's your song lineup. This is kind of the first time that we got a lot of these songs. Yes, they did end up on the anthology, but not all of these songs ended up on the anthology. That's a great picture there. Excellent picture. I have to line myself up, so that's why I'm kind of in the frame as well. Sorry about that. That's a good picture. Those two are good pictures. Yeah, here's your lineup. How Do You Do It was kind of the first time this was done very well on side one of How Do You Do It, and then we've got some other outtakes. The thing about this album was this album has a lot of different outtakes than the ones that you see. You say, "Oh, I've got, you know, How Do You Do It?" Yeah, it's a little bit different though. Or I've got a Feeling, you know, and it's done a little bit different as well. So this album has got some unique stuff, and this has also been remixed as well. And here's the vinyl, which is kind of cool. It's got the, isn't that neat? It's got the like bugs on it. Kind of cool. I love this cover. Just a fantastic cover. I think, just my opinion, I think they could have put this album out just like this. Just like this. Capitol could have done this, and they could have gone nuts with this album. Instead of like rarities and, you know, all that kind of stuff we got out, which was great. Don't get me wrong. Love rarities. I do like it, but this would have been a fantastic follow-up in the 90s, or released it in 2000 or something like that. This would have been great. So I love this photo a lot. Isn't that cool? Zooming in. Showing it to you one more time. Yeah, there we go. Get a little better picture of the four lads. The Beatles. Love it. Just love it. So much so that I got the CD. The CD is available as well. So if you're saying, "Hey, Beatle Brad, I don't really want the vinyl," here's the CD. But like I said, I wish Capitol would release it. That would be nice. But Beatle Brad's going a little bit further than normal for all of you. And here is the CD, mini CD of it. Isn't that cool? That's the mini CD. So I could open this up without having it pop out onto the floor. Hey, I did it, I did it. These things have a tendency just to pop out. They fall. Anyway, that's cool. But yeah, see, I mean, you know, they could have released the CD single of this. They could have just released the whole thing. And this is legit. This is where they released the CD singles. But yeah, this is legit. And they could have gone with that and kept rolling with it. And then to keep rolling with it, like I am, thank you very much, here is the 45. Yeah, look at that. There's the 45 from the UK. Love it. Love the picture. 45. And I'll show you the songs on this as well. Isn't that cool? I told you I like the picture. Gonna keep going with it. All right, here we go again. Gonna show you another one. This is from Flip Your Wig Beatles Game, and this is original from '64. This is the middle insert of Flip Your Wig. Isn't that neat? That's the game board. Back up a little bit. That's the game board to Flip Your Wig from the Beatles. And that's the middle insert. You may say, "Oh yeah, that's really cool." They also do a flip up like this when George Harrison had the video all those years ago. So yeah, you may have seen it in the video. Beatles book. Let's see what we got here to show you. I've got magazines with this picture as well, but I'm just going to show you this one, which is already here. Here's a picture of them in this book. Isn't that neat? Yeah. Yeah, like I said, a little bit of write-up, a little bit of stuff about it. Okay, that's out of this book if you're looking for it. Good book, and it's a tall, thick book. Book, as John said. All right, we're moving on. I know I've shown too much of that. This is a fantastic LP. This is really, really good. This has a lot of White Album outtakes. We might be getting ready for this year for the White Album. We might not. Rumors are still going around, so I'm not speculating, but if you want to, I would highly recommend getting this album. This has got some really rare tracks and some fantastic tracks. Really good stuff. Did you get the pictures there? See those? Those are cool. Yeah, those are neat. But anyway, a lot of rare tracks, excellent sound quality, very good, recently found stuff on that. So there are some unusual tracks on there that really haven't made it to regular bootlegs. So that's kind of cool. Here's the record. The other side, they did such a high quality profile thing on them making that. And then my next one is this one, which is up. And this is kind of a knockoff kind of thing of Beatles for Sale. Great album, excellent album. I really like it. There's the backing. Kind of did that in a black and white. And there's your song listing. And it's basically BBC stuff and a little bit of some live stuff as well. This is a little bit trickier to find. You can find it, but it is a little bit trickier to get. It's out there. Beatles for Sale, like I said. And it's just pretty much the album Beatles for Sale from BBC Sessions. But the cool thing that they did with this was put on the Rubber Soul label. Isn't that great? I really enjoy playing these albums. I actually played this one this morning and a couple of the other ones because I really enjoy them. It's fun to hear alternate tracks, and it's fun to hear alternate takes and them working in the studio. If you enjoy stuff like that, I highly recommend picking up some of these because some of these were at the very best of the Beatles period when they were doing their albums of Rubber Soul, Revolver, Beatles for Sale, in through there, and a bunch of the other ones are excellent. This is a CD copy. Wow, bad glare. But anyway, you kind of get the gist. This is a CD copy of this one, and I'll just go through this kind of quickly because it's such a bad glare. That's my CD copy, and this is the vinyl, which this is relatively new, and I highly recommend you get this. If you don't buy anything that you've heard anything me talk about, I recommend this album. This album is a jump ahead of possibly, and I say possibly because I'm still going on rumors, of what's to come for the White Album stuff. And this is really good. This has got a lot of great song listings on this album. Let me show you the pictures. Pictures are fantastic. Those are excellent. The song listings. Julia has got a totally different song track on it. Julia, the song on that one is totally different. Well, not totally, but the beginning of it's got chimes from an old clock. And Revolution has Ringo's dog barking at the end. Different things, different stuff. Just showing you the pictures while I'm just talking. But it's great. This is a great album. It is really good sound quality. But like I said, I recommend this one. There's the record. And this is I think the first pressing of this. I'm not totally positive, but I think it is, because there is also a pressing of this on white vinyl as well. And I happened to just get this one. This is one of the ones that I got at a record show when I went last year, I think it was. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. But anyway, keep rambling on. All right, vinyl community, music community. I hope you enjoyed seeing my more segments of my bootlegs, imports that I have to call them. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope everybody's doing well. Good to see you. Thank you so very much to my new subscribers. I am having a fantastic time showing my vinyl, my passion, and my Beatles, and my stuff is just... I'm just having a fab Beatless time because I've got such a passion for the Beatles, as you can see with all my stuff behind you here. And some of you may comment, this is, yes, the record right here. That's Day to Life Gold Album, and yes, that is real. That is not a copy. That is not fake. I paid tons of money for it. That was one of the first things I bought when I started, well, somewhat when I first started collecting. But yes, that is the original gold album awarded to the Beatles for A Day in a Life. So I know you all are looking around. You're not paying attention to me. You're not even watching what I'm doing. You're looking around the room. But that's okay. I love showing collectibles of Beatles and showing the other stuff. And now that I've just completely lost you in conversation, I do want to say thank you to each and every one of you subscribing. I am truly blessed and amazed and thankful and overwhelmed of your generosity and your kindness and people commenting and leaving nice comments, which is great. Thank you very much for your kindness. And I really appreciate it. But I always leave you with a happy, good thought on my videos for the new viewers. But let me complain about one thing, and then I'll leave you all alone. You can go. My complaint is I'm fed up with the news and the violence and the crimes and the killings and all the stuff, the fires all over the world, people getting shot, people getting killed, things going on. And just recently we had the only time you will ever see this in history to happen. We saw Ringo Starr get knighted. Yes, Ringo got knighted. And I am pretty ticked. Choosing me words now, aren't I? Pretty ticked at the fact that the news couldn't cover it. I didn't see hardly anything on BBC News. And here in the States, it was almost worse. There was nothing on nightly news that I even caught. The only thing I saw was like Entertainment Tonight, and they had a clip about it with Ringo, and that was it. So, I just can't imagine, here it is, one time only. Ringo Starr is going to be knighted, and they can't even cover it. I mean, come on, what's up with that? We can certainly cover fires, and yes, it's horrible, yes, the tragedies, but let's have a little bit of light and a little bit of happiness and show Ringo Starr, one of the former Beatles, as they always say, to be knighted. So I know I'm rambling on, and I know I'm all complaining and all that kind of stuff, and it's done and it's over with, and the news has already come and gone, but all I am saying is give Ringo a chance.